Hey there riders, MotoJourno Chris here today, and this is the sound test for the Arrow Racetech exhaust system. Now this is only the slip-on system, and with that in mind, it does still have that mid-pipe collector from Kawasaki. However, it's not that loud if I'm really honest. I've done a fair bit more testing now, and I've got the baffle back in because that's the last sound test I did just here, just giving it a bit of a rev at standstill. Got some passes as well, baffle in, baffle out. And I've got to say, I'm actually leaning towards keeping the baffle out. Not being a full system, because you're still getting that collector under the bike, that really does help to reduce the volume a fair bit. And even though it is quite throaty and quite loud, I think it's still within kind of those reasonable levels, which are what you'd expect for a slip-on exhaust, and also what will not get you into too much trouble as far as just general riding around. I don't think anyone's going to get that upset with you running this kind of system with the baffle out. One thing I did mention, there was a tiny little tab of metal that I just flicked out with a screwdriver, which is how I then took the baffle out. All it has is a circlip in there, and you can take it in and out with a pair of needle nose pliers. Really easy. It comes in and out really easily. So, you could always just take the baffle with you. Even if you were going to work or, going for a long ride and you were thinking you were going to get home really late and you were a bit worried about waking the neighbors up, you just take the baffle with you and just chuck it in when you need it, and you won't get into any issues at all. So very impressed. I love the build quality. I reckon it looks absolutely awesome in the blacked out color scheme, as you can see here, for that Arrow Racetech slip-on exhaust. And overall, super impressed. I think it's a great investment. Obviously here in Australia, we've got these learner bikes for a number of years. Most people are going to spend 3 years on a learner bike, so an exhaust like this is going to be on your machine long term. And with that in mind, I think the investment is well worth it. And as I've said before, at the end of the day, I'd just pull the exhaust off if I was selling the bike and sell it separately, and you'll recoup a bit of your costs there, because there's always going to be someone who wants a nice exhaust, as long as you haven't scratched the hell out of it. And there's probably some people who wouldn't even care if it's a bit scratched. They'll just pay a bit less and they'll still have a cool sounding exhaust on their little learner bike. Anyway, that's me. Hope you enjoyed the different kind of sound tests we've put this through. And if you've got any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Have a good one. Stay safe out there, and I'll be back soon.